Traveler, Paimon. I only just arrived myself, so I'm still getting ready. Ah, and Collei just passed by a moment ago. She said she had some things to sort out at the inn where she's staying, but she'll meet up with us when she's done. Apparently, Tignari and Cyno both went out, but she stayed behind because she wanted to help us. Not too bad. After reviewing it again with fresh eyes, I came up with a new theory which seems to hold. I believe that each of the 4 things in the prophecy refers to a different field of knowledge. So, in a way, the prophecy is a test of the reader's intelligence. But it's unlikely for any one person to have expertise in all these different areas. So I suggest that we seek out one. Also, in 2 out of the 4 areas, the prophecy seems to want us to find specific people. It may even turn out that the people themselves are the answers.
So it sounds like we should put our heads together and list out the people who can help us.
Exactly. I think we can go through each riddle in turn and generate 4 groups of names to match the 4 questions.
Alright, then let's start from group 1. The first riddle was, a flower that is not of this world.
Personally, I would still go with Albedo for this one. Alchemy is the most likely to have to do with otherworldly things, and he is by far the leading expert in this regard.
Exactly! You're the creator of the tetratanic sweet flower. Who knows? Maybe that's the flower we're looking for.
Huh? You really think so?
Oh, but what about Tignari? He's a forest watcher and knows all about plants. If it's a flower we're looking for, maybe he's the man for the job.
Alright, I'll add him to the list as well. On to group 2. This subject is a guide who will never get lost.
That's kind of abstract. Does it just mean...
Wait, but they have to be able to guide others too, so it's not quite as simple as that.
Oh, you mean Mona? Yeah, she definitely count.
Mona. Yes, she certainly seems very confident, and she can use her astrology to guide...
Would Bennett count? Well, his luck's so bad that as long as you go in the opposite direction from him, you'll always be going the right way, right?
I see. I suppose I can't argue with that logic.
Add him to the list. Finding everyone won't take long, so one extra person won't hurt.
I know. Would Outrider Amber be a valid candidate for this category as well?
Yeah, she would! She's got a great sense of direction after all. As a matter of fact, when the Traveler and Paimon first came to Mondstadt,
Yes, she's certainly a good guide.
Is there anyone else?
Let me think. Yes, I believe Albedo once made a set of equipment for Mika from the reconnaissance company. He's their surveyor, and he's even instructed others in the discipline of surveying before. So, in my view, he's highly unlikely to lose his way.
Cool! Another one for...
Wait, Collei should have been here by now. Wonder what's taking her so long. Sorry, could we continue our chat somewhere else?
Oh, you wanna go see how she's doing, right? Sure.
Hi, Collei. Hope we're not intruding or anything. Is it...
Sucrose! Is it time already? Oh no.
Don't worry. The Traveler and I only just met up. We were just worried that you might get lost along the way, so...
Thank you. I'm ready to join you now. How's that thing going? Next up is the third line. One who would never lie. You really think so? Seems like it would be pretty difficult for someone in his position to avoid having...
Then what about Kaya? He's the cavalry captain and a rather popular figure, but...
You think there's something fishy about him too, huh? Yeah, he's definitely a sneaky one. Bet he lies all the time.
I can't help but agree with you there.
There's the tone-deaf bard. But on second thought, he wouldn't qualify either. He talks way too much nonsense.
Acting Grandmaster Jean? She has a good name in that regard. But from what I know, she sometimes covers up the truth out of concern for those around her. For example, when Lisa loses track of time in the library and misses her patrol shift, Jean will come up with some excuse. Like, Lisa... Also, she sometimes makes up stories to get Klee to behave. Like the one about the big monster that comes to catch naughty kids who don't go to bed on time.
White lies are still lies, but do we really have to reject her because of some harmless fib? No, we're the ones being strict.
Rosaria doesn't strike me as the type of person to lie. Oh, Collei, you probably haven't met her yet, have you? She's a sister from the church who looks, a little scary and not very sociable. She stopped by the alchemy bench once, a long time ago, and I thought maybe she was trying to find him, for work or something. But when I asked, she just said that she was curious about him because he was so intelligent, and wanted to talk to his assistant to find out what he was like. A lot of people might have given a more tactful justification, but I could see in her face that she wasn't trying to hide anything. That's why I don't think of her as the lying type.
Rosaria doesn't look like the sort of person you'd want to get into a fight with. Maybe she just fights her way out of situations that some people might lie to get out of.
I can definitely see that. I've also heard the other sisters say that Rosaria doesn't even make excuses when she skips choir.
She's a tough cookie, huh? Let's put her...
In that case, I think Cyno fits in this list too.
Ah, true. Lying's probably more trouble than it's worth for someone like him. Kinda like with... Oh, and Paimon also nominates Razor. Bet he couldn't lie to save his life.
I've also got someone else in mind. Noelle, the trainee knight. She's a very honest person. I don't think...
Alrighty, write her name down.
Wait, there's one more person. You know, our long-standing staffer at the alchemy...
Huh? You mean Timaeus?
Yes, him. Truth be told, he's been left... He swore that he wouldn't say a dishonest word or slack off until he succeeds in getting the woman he loves.
Timaeus has a crush?
Yes, that's right.
Well, who is it? Do you know her?
I've never met her. All I know is that she's from Liyue. Timaeus says that she's fun, has a great personality, and is very, very good looking. Since we're on the topic, helping Timaeus win the lady of his dreams was also one of my goals.
But how can we help with that?
I don't know. Make sure he uses nice paper and a fancy envelope when he sends letters to her. Help him pick a nice gift and wrap it properly.
Yeah. I had the same situation once in the Avidia forest. I helped
Yep, that sort of thing exactly. Oh, also, I helped him with some of the groundwork for one of his research projects.
Is it any good?
Sounds like a no.
Alright, guess we'll put Loverboy down on the list then.
Okay, so last of all, we have a legend that never ends. Anyone come...
Lisa, perhaps? A librarian understands books best, and aren't most legends written down somewhere?
When I think about legends, fairy tales and picture books come to mind.
Maybe Collei. She read a lot of fairy tales when Tignari was teaching her to read.
Oh,
Do I count?
of course you do. I'll put you on the list. I prefer to read things like an illustrated analysis of alchemical substances and their uses.
Point taken.
Klee might be a good choice. Her mother, Alice, is a renowned traveling author, so I'll bet she's been exposed to all...
Alright then, Collei makes the shortlist.
Well, that should just about do it. Next up, we should...
Do we have to ask absolutely everyone on the list?
It is. So, I was thinking that...
Okie dokie.
Also, I've thought of a method of gathering feedback.
No problem. We can do that.
You and the Traveler are practically joined at the hip, so you two can go together. I'll pair up with Collei.
Capable Collei and sensible Sucrose. Sounds like a winning combination.
Okay, I promise I'll help. Capable Collei.
Yep. Rest assured that the unbeatable Traveler and Paimon will do our part too. Off we go.
I plan on starting from the person with the most defined stronghold. So let's go to the library.
Stronghold. That's an...
Maybe den?
How about... layer?
Here we are. Lisa's...
Oh no. That was a bad word choice. Now Sucrose is using it. It's all my
Lisa, might I ask if... Huh?
Sucrose. Collei. What are you doing here?
I can only sucrose that they were Collei-ing on someone. At least that's as far as Cyno.
Oh, please, just stop it with these puns. I beg you. Are you trying to win worldwide fame for unfunny jokes?
Is Lisa not here at the moment?
Surprising, isn't it? She went out. I'm afraid it's just us here looking.
Except me. I'm not here for information. Like you, I came here for an abortive search for the librarian, who is...
Oh, so you studied in the same darshan as...
That's right. Her mentor in Sumeru was also my benefactor.
Wow, that's cool. But wait, we're getting sidetracked. We came here to look for some information. Collei and I...
Oh? What sort of prophecy?
I see. You want to ask them about the flower that is not of this world, and me about the one who would never lie.
But there's no rush. You don't need to answer right away. We're just here to tell you about the situation. You can take your time to think it over and submit any thoughts you have in written form to the Sucrose mailbox.
The Sucrose mailbox?
Yep. I was thinking about it on the way. And although they seem like trick questions, there's a lot to mull over once you get down to the details. So, I decided to place a mailbox next to the alchemy crafting table. Everyone can submit their written answers there when they're ready. We don't have to call it the Sucrose mailbox, though. It could just as well be called the Sucrose and Collei mailbox. Or even the Sucrose, Collei, Traveler, and Paimon.
I think in this case, we can just go with your quick answer.
Sounds like a good solution. Certainly more reliable than verbal discussion alone.
Agreed. Certainly when it comes to discerning whether someone is a liar or not.
Understood. Once we've had a look into it, we'll place our replies into your mailbox.
Thank you all so much. Okay, let's tick them off the list and carry on working our way down.
Already done.
I'm pleasantly surprised to see those two introverts getting along so well.
Do you get the feeling that Collei's return to Mondstadt has emboldened her more contrarian side?
Yes, I'd noticed that too.
Traveling and meeting old friends are both good for the body and soul. And isn't rediscovering one's youth while revisiting old haunts a worthwhile pursuit?
When I first met Collei, she'd never known happiness or youth, but things are different now. Her Elazar being cured was a huge milestone in her life.
Collei is a very sensitive and introverted child. I'm sure you must have noticed that too, Albedo. From the time she's been in my care, I've observed that she's actually a very lively